Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, I hope you guys are keeping well, staying safe, all that good stuff. Smash the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Share the video. As you guys know, as you guys are aware, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the support that you've shown my channel, as I always say to you guys, and I appreciate the fact that my views are going up. You know, it couldn't have been done without you guys, so thank you very much. What I wanted to say is, oh, there's a spider here. I'm trying to get rid of it. Oh my god, it's stuck to my, oh my goodness. One sec, guys. Fuck. Wow. Got a spider. No worries. Let's get into this video. Yeah, so Caleb Plant recently spoke about Jermall Charlo. Obviously, we've been hearing all this speculation about Canelo Charlo, and Jermall Charlo has recently stated that he feels that Jermall Charlo is easy work. If the Canelo Charlo fight doesn't happen, I'd really like to see Caleb Plant and Charlo. I think that'd be a great fight. I think that'd be a very, very entertaining fight, and a fight that I think I would be very interested in, a fight that I would love to watch. You know, you've got two guys there that are looking to, you know, Caleb Plant is looking to come back from defeat against Canelo Alvarez, and Jermall Charlo is looking, you know, to make a name for himself. He's looking to get a marquee name, and Caleb Plant would definitely be a marquee name, you know, because, you know, let's be honest, Jermall Charlo's recent opponents haven't been too great, and this would be a massive step up in class, because, you know, Caleb Plant showed against Canelo Alvarez that Caleb Plant is no scrub. He's a proper, you know, he's a proper world champion. He was a really good fighter. He put in a very good display. He showed a good set of boxing skills, his movement, his defensive skills. I think you know, he was fast of hands, which we knew about Plant anyway, but he did some impressive stuff there. I saw him using some of Mayweather's skills on Canelo. I felt like he was pot-shotting Canelo when Canelo was coming and Caleb Plant was positioned on the ropes. Mayweather did that pretty well, where, you know, Mayweather would catch Canelo's shot and then shoot a right hand straight down the pipe. It didn't have no power, but it was just the fact that he shot the hands, you know, the right hand straight down the pipe, which was very interesting for me. And it showed that Caleb Plant had watched the Mayweather fight and taken from Mayweather and used it in his fight. But what was staggering for me was the fact that in the Mayweather fight, Canelo made no adjustments, and that's probably because he didn't have the boxing IQ. However, in this fight, Canelo made adjustments. If you watch, there was a great video. I can't remember who it was. It was actually breaking down the adjustments Canelo made. Canelo put his hand, every time Canelo would look to land something, he would put his hand in Caleb Plant's face, so Caleb Plant wasn't able to, you know, catch and shoot like he was doing earlier. You know, so Caleb Plant wasn't able to do what he was doing earlier in the fight because Canelo made adjustments. And sometimes when we're watching a fight, we don't really look at these things. You know, we don't see the adjustments the fighters make. You know, but a guy that's a true boxing expert, or somebody that, you know, is a boxer himself, these little things, that the adjustments that they make, you know, these boxing experts can see what they're doing. You know, sometimes we view the fight and we're not looking at these little adjustments that they're making. You know, only true, like, either boxers or trainers or guys that really, really look into this stuff, analyze that stuff. Oh, well, that's what he did. You know, Caleb Plant was giving him trouble when he was sitting on the ropes. He was catching Canelo shots and shooting the right hand. But after that, Canelo started, you know, putting his hand out in his face, so Caleb Plant wasn't able to catch and shoot anymore. But that's the adjustments Canelo made through the rounds. Jermall Charlo doesn't have that kind of boxing IQ, but it's a very interesting fight because Jermall Charlo isn't as good as Canelo Alvarez. We know that, but Jermall Charlo is a very physically strong fighter. He's got a very good chin, so Caleb Plant isn't going to hurt Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo is got a very good jab. He's strong, he's physically strong, and he punches very hard. He's also a big guy. Like, I know some people have come at me and said, well, Jermall Charlo's not a big guy. he makes 160 pretty easy. I disagree. Look at the size of Jermall Charlo. Look at the size of his arms. Look at the size of his neck. Look at this. Look, he's just a big guy. He looks like look at the size of his arms. He's huge. You know, if he's making 160 easy, that's probably because he's genetically blessed, not because he's not a big guy. That guy is a big guy. Jermall Charlo is a huge guy. Huge guy. You can tell when you look at him when he's wearing a t-shirt. That guy's massive. Some people just are blessed. They're able to make weight a lot easier. But believe you me, Charlo is a massive dude. He's no small guy. He's a big guy. I agree with JP there, that he is a very, very big dude. He's not a small guy at all. You know, this is a guy that weighs probably around walks around at probably 160, 170, 180 pounds. So yeah, this is a very, very, very big dude, not small at all. So for me personally, I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a difficult fight. It's not going to be an easy fight for either guy, Jermall or Caleb. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see how Jermall will cope. But I will say this: I think Jermall's style or Caleb's style is a problem for Jermall. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. I think Caleb is going to give Jermall all kinds of trouble. I think his movement, his speed is going to be a problem for Jermall Charlo without question. I think Jermall Charlo has struggles with guys that move and box. So I think Caleb Plant is all wrong for Jermall Charlo. But I think it'll be a good fight. I think it's definitely a good fight, because can Jermall Charlo do what Canelo did and dog Caleb Plant down later on in the fight? I'm not so sure. It's going to be interesting, very, very interesting to see how he gets on later on in that fight. Whether, you know, Jermall Charlo can dog Canelo down. It's going to be very, very interesting. I think Plant's style is all wrong though. I do think Plant's got a style which is horrible for Jermall Charlo. His box, his speed, his hand speed, his movement, his legs, they're all an issue. They'll all be an issue for him. But I am interested to see how he gets on with that kind of style, because when I saw him against Korobov, he looked a bit, I felt like he was outboxing that fight, and that fight was very close. I don't think he likes someone that boxes and moves, because I was speaking to Christian yesterday and he said that Jermall Charlo is very athletic, but I actually think he's got quite flat feet. I don't think his feet are that, I don't think he moves that well, to be brutally honest, hence why he can be outboxed. Anyone that gets outboxed comfortably is probably because they don't have the greatest feet. If you've got good feet, it's not that easy to be outboxed. And Jermall Charlo, in my opinion, was outboxed at times against Korobov, which meant, for me, I actually thought that, you know, he was lucky to get that decision. And Caleb Plant's a better boxer and much bigger guy than Korobov. He's defensively better, he's bigger, he's quicker. I think that's going to be a problem for Jermall Charlo. I think if Jermall Charlo doesn't get to Caleb Plant late on in that fight, which is going to be tough because Caleb Plant's a big guy. He's used to fighting big guys, and Caleb Plant's a huge dude himself. So although I was saying Jermall Charlo's a big guy, can make 168, Caleb Plant's a natural 168 guy. Caleb probably walks around at 190, 195. So I don't see it being a very easy. I don't see it being an easy fight for Jermall Charlo at all. I see it'll be very difficult for him. It'll be very difficult for him to win that fight, because he's going to have to, at some point in that fight, walk Caleb Plant down and start bashing him up. That's the only way, and wear Caleb Plant down, which he may be able to do, because we have seen Caleb Plant wear down against Canelo. We've seen Caleb Plant against Utsakatsi later on fading, and he does fade later on in fights. We saw that in that fight that he had against Caleb Truax. And, you know, Jermall Charlo is better than those guys, in my opinion. So maybe Jermall Charlo can get to him late and stop him. But I do think Caleb Plant will outbox Jermall Charlo. It's just whether Jermall Charlo can impose his physicality, strength, size on Caleb Plant late on in that fight. Otherwise, I don't think he can win. I think if Caleb Plant makes the distance, I think he wins, and wins quite comfortably. So Jermall Charlo is going to have to walk Caleb Plant down, make it a dogfight, and wear him out and knock him out late. He ain't winning this fight on points. I don't see Jermall Charlo being able to outbox Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's too nimble on his feet, too fast of hands, just a better boxer. So Caleb, like I said, Jermall Charlo, the only way he's going to win is he's going to have to wear Caleb Plant down, tire him out and stop him late. Jermall Charlo can only win by knockout in this fight. He isn't going to beat Caleb Plant otherwise. Caleb Plant's too athletic, too gifted with his hands, speed. I just think he's all round too quick for Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo isn't that fast on his feet, and that will be a big problem for him in order to win the rounds against someone like Caleb Plant, who in my opinion is a very skilled boxer. You know, Caleb Plant won rounds against Canelo, and Canelo for me is like I said, his boxing IQ, hence what I said at the start of the video, where he was able to break or adjust, make those adjustments. I don't think Jermall Charlo can do that. So like I said, Jermall Charlo is going to have to break Caleb Plant down, tire him out and stop him late. But that's not going to be easy to do because Caleb Plant is a bigger guy. He's used to taking bigger shots from heavier guys. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for Jermall Charlo, that fight. I think Caleb Plant has got a style which is all wrong. So this is going to be a fight which, if this was to come off, this is where Jermall Charlo would prove how good he is. If he doesn't get the Canelo fight, which obviously will be another fight, which can prove his greatness to another level. But if he doesn't get the Canelo fight, then the Caleb Plant fight will be another fight, which he'll be able to prove himself against someone that's, in my opinion, a very good boxer. If he doesn't get the Canelo fight, where obviously if he gets that fight, then he has a great chance to prove his greatness. But yeah, leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think Caleb Plant is right that Jermall Charlo is easy work? I'm not sure it's easy work because Caleb Plant has showed that he tires later on in fights. So that in itself is going to be a problem for him because Jermall Charlo is physically strong and he's a strong guy. He can punch, but can he impose his physical size on Caleb Plant? Possibly, I think he can. But we'll find out very soon. Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.